The recent IPO of SpaceX has really opened up a massive conversation about whether we're entering into a wholly new era in stock market equity valuation and whether we should be treating those big tech behemoths as a totally separate class of entity because they are investing in the future and building out, if you like, the entire infrastructure of the future of the planet. The numbers are very stark. SpaceX IPO valued the company at $1.77 trillion, which was about 94 times their trailing revenues. 2 days later, as I'm recording this, the valuation has already gone up to $2.1 trillion. That makes it the sixth biggest company in the world. If we take the top 10 US tech stocks, then they are more than 40% of the entire US S&P 500 stock index. But they represent only 15% of its revenues and 25% of its profits. Also, if you're an investor in those big 10 tech companies, then you're paying effectively $10 to $50 of revenue. If you're an investor in the rest of the market, you're paying between $1 and $3 per dollar of revenue. So the question really is arising now as to whether we need to look very differently at these companies that are building out of the future, part of the Project Genesis arrangement with the US government, which means they're almost guaranteed that they won't fail. Or are we looking at a bubble which, when it bursts, if it bursts, could not only bring down Wall Street in quite a dramatic way, but the financial contagion would be immense when you think about all of the index tracking funds, all of the pension funds, all of the sovereign wealth funds, and all of the individuals who have their portfolios weighted into those top 10 tech companies. And even if they're not in those companies, a big Wall Street crash is going to affect everyone. So people are looking with great interest now as to how the top 10 tech players can continue to justify their valuations when there's such a massive gap between the value the market is placing on them and the anticipated revenues that investment they're making should deliver.